So snapd on Debian 12 sounds crazy, right? So I recently found myself in kind of an interesting situation. I installed snapd on Debian 12. Now, I really did do this. This is kind of interesting for a few reasons. So, for one, people tend to hate snaps to begin with, and this is one of the reasons that a lot of people are actually not that thrilled with Ubuntu. This is actually turning people away from Ubuntu. And Debian is seen as a snap-free alternative to Ubuntu. Ubuntu is actually derived from Debian, but it's never had snaps added. Snaps are like an Ubuntu thing that's kind of like proprietary and controlled by, partially proprietary. The Snap Store is controlled by Ubuntu. The Snap software itself is open source. But in any case, people hate it, and Debian is seen as kind of like a snap-free alternative to Ubuntu. And that's why it's kind of crazy to see to actually install snaps on Debian. Like people would move away from Ubuntu to Debian to get away from snaps. So, any case, Debian 12 was recently released, and it's viewed by many as being a more friendly release. So it comes with like the proprietary drivers so you can get your laptop working, so your Wi-Fi card will work on your laptop and stuff like that. And it's generally seen as just a more friendly, and it's actually, a lot of people are talking about it these days. So it's kind of interesting that that someone would want to put snapd, allowing you to install snap packages on Debian, specifically Debian 12. So in any case, if you were to choose Debian, you'd expect a snap-free experience. You really would. But I recently did install snapd on Debian, and I'll tell you why I did this. So I was setting up a new web server, and I just needed to get something up and running fast. So I decided to use Debian on a whim because I'm pretty familiar with it, and I kind of just felt like doing it. So, any case, I installed Nginx because I always use Nginx and I just prefer it. I'm most familiar with it, and it's fast, progressive. It's just a great web server, right? So, any case, installed Nginx really quickly, installed Debian really quickly, running this on Linode, and I needed to set up SSL. So my go-to choice for SSL is usually just to install Let's Encrypt, which is a great, free, easy, supported piece of software. It's from the Electronic Frontier Foundation. So they're trying to push SSL and make it easy and cheap so people don't have to pay a lot of money. They're trying to basically just promote SSL. So that's my go-to SSL provider, right? That's what I use to get SSL working on my Nginx web servers. Also, by the way, it supports Apache. So, any case, I needed to do this really quick, and I haven't set it up in a while, so I needed some updated instructions fast, right? So I needed to look up the updated, most recent documentation for setting up Let's Encrypt, and I needed it for Debian 12, right? Debian 12 specific instructions. So I looked up the official instructions for Let's Encrypt on Debian 12, and apparently these instruct you to actually install snapd and then install Let's Encrypt as a snap. I never would have imagined this, and if someone told me this, I would have thought they're either lying, playing like an April Fool's joke, or something, because it really does sound like an April Fool's joke, but this time it's not. Any case, crazier things have happened in the tech world for sure. So, any case, so it was a little bit unsettling, but I was in a hurry and I really just needed it to work right away. So I just went with it, and yeah, I figured, worst case, it's just something interesting. What could go wrong, right? Am I right? Yeah. Anyway, so I installed it and it worked well. It was easy and I didn't run into any issues. And I guess you wouldn't expect to run into any issues except the normal stuff people hate about snaps, like them not quite running as fast. But it's not like you don't run the cert bot to generate your certs all the time. You just do it for a few seconds once every however often they expire. So, any case. Yeah, I'm sure there are other ways to set up Let's Encrypt on Debian 12, and if I had spent a tiny bit more time digging, I'm sure I could have gotten it working just fine. But yeah, at the end of the day, I just really needed to get it going really fast and up and running, and this solution worked. So it worked for me. It doesn't feel right using snaps on Debian, but it does work for now. So tell me how you feel about that. That's what I really want to know. Leave a comment down below if you have an opinion on this, if you've tried it yourself. Or what would you do if you found yourself in the same situation? Tight deadline, not a lot of time, got to get something up and running now. What would you do? How do you feel about snaps on Debian? Should everyone run snaps on Debian? Should we install snaps on Arch Linux or Gentoo? What next, right? So yeah, definitely leave a comment down below, and yeah, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you really hate snaps and just hate that I made this video. Up to you. If they even still have the thumbs down on YouTube at the time of the publishing this video. But any case, yeah, hit that subscribe button. You're not going to want to miss out on our great tech content. And yeah, hit the little bell icon. Otherwise, YouTube doesn't let you know when we come out with new videos. We do a ton of great tech stuff, a lot of coding, servers, Linux stuff, Windows stuff, Mac OS stuff, robots, Raspberry Pis, 3D printing, networking, all sorts of great stuff you're not going to want to miss out on. So hit that subscribe button. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on that next video.